Well, hey, all you viewers to play later, how we doing today? Alright, I promise you a follow-up to this. This is my attempt at stripping miniatures using nothing but simple green. Okay, now I've talked about this before in a video. We all progress in our painting abilities as we paint more. The muscle memory gets better. You know, you learn new techniques. New colors come out. New companies come out with stuff that the pigment quality is better. The viscosity is a little better. Even if you dry brush, which by the way, it's just not for beginners, and you switch from a flat brush. Ow, man. Uncle Nurgle's leaving me alone, but he's giving me hiccups all of a sudden. When you switch from a flat brush to a makeup brush, how it doesn't give you that chalky feel, or you're experimenting more with Nuln oil, which is like the duct tape of painting. It goes everywhere and binds everything together. You progress, and you look back at your older miniatures and go, whew, I wish there was a good way I could strip you without costing me an arm and a leg. Originally, years ago, alright, when second had turned into third, I was trying to make my own Space Wolf successor chapter, the Wolf Brothers. And I painted them basically with Ultramarines blue and a blue wash, but the yellow pads and everything else with the same markings. Then when I started to progress more, I went, I really don't want to go out and dump a whole bunch of money to get brand new figures, because back then they were pewter. And you could use easy off oven cleaner. Spray it down, let it soak for an hour or two, run it under hot water, take your toothbrush, scrub it, and that paint just peels right off. Along with every other plastic piece that ever glued to the pewter miniature. But still, now with everything gone basically solely plastic, unless you're in Forge World, which is resin, I really didn't want to take easy off to it, because a lot of these are multi-part component kits. I don't have the instructions anymore, and they're going to be a real pain in the butt to put together. So I started looking on YouTube and went, how do you strip miniatures? And everybody suggested, seriously, go to the store, get a thing of simple green, dump it in a container, dump your miniature in, walk away for 24 hours, boom, works like gold. Okay. A lot of stuff I saw was resin. I really didn't see a lot of plastic, so I had curiosity, is it going to work on plastic? One of the original combat patrols I bought, I think it was like an Ultramarine box set, had a set of infiltrators in there. And like I've said a lot, I'm always going to say this, I really liked that pose of two of the figures in there, where they had the bolter draped over the shoulder hanging down, and they had the bolt pistol out like they dropped the bolter and they're coming forward to continue fire. I didn't want to chuck those guys. I went looking across Amazon, Games Workshop, everywhere. I guess they're not making that Combat Patrol box set anymore, so I'm not going to eBay to get it just for a unit of 10 infiltrators. So, me being me, I'll show you the miniatures here in a moment. Me being me, I went to Amazon and found a unit of infiltrators. I went, okay, come to daddy. Well, this is the new one with different looking stuff, where you can make them either infiltrators or incursors. Okay, so if this failed, I still have a unit of 10 infiltrators. I'm good. Either way, I'm good. I can live without two of the figures. But, yeah. So, into the simple green up. Oh, there's Grandpa Nurgle. Okay, that's the first guy I tried to strip. Now, he had a 96-hour soak. The one thing I will say for simple green that it did, and it was phenomenal, white glue and the Army Painter gravelly sandy base thing that I was using to make snow bases out of, that came up right away on the first go. I just went scrub and half the thing fell off. The other thing I found funny were the grass tufts that I had in place. Those things popped out within like 6 hours of soaking. You can just rattle the container a little bit and bam, done. The reason why I think for him, he came out a lot better than everybody else, because at that time, he was in a single container with the lid on, faced upside down. So I think that had a good cause and effect with it. Now here are some other ones. Once again, some parts scrubbed out, no problem. Other parts, like stuff on the base, For some reason, I had a heck of a time with these guys. I really, truly did. I don't know if it's going to be worth it to prime them, and I'll show you here in a moment. I couldn't even get transfers off of some of these guys. I couldn't. See, and the ones I really, really wanted were these guys, and it looks like hardly anything except basically the basing came off them. Wow, you know? Now, I did prime some other ones, simply because I got them out, and I went, all right, I want to see what white primer is going to do. But as you can see, you can still see the transfer sheet under there that didn't come off. I'm seriously thinking about dumping the other ones in isopropyl alcohol for a weekend and see what happens. Simply because I want to save the unit, but if it's not feasible, it's not feasible. And the other thing that I really didn't want to do, and I've been talking about this forever and a day, I have Hawk Turquoise. I shouldn't have bought it from the Army Painter, but I did. I thought, how bad could it be? And honestly, I hate priming with it because it's like someone took a big spray can and just put on 8 different layers with one easy thing from Hawk Turquoise. But that seemed to cover up all the little BS crap on the miniature, depending, like you can see right there, I didn't get a good angle. And then I'm wondering, because I'm going to have to use contrast paint for the smoke, how many layers I'm going to have to build up, but still. So if I'm going to repaint these guys, and I'm going to give them a good chance to be reborn, I think my best bet is Hawk Turquoise, which is what I don't want to do. Simply because on other miniatures that I've done with Hawk Turquoise, some contrast paint is a real pain in the butt. And if you make one itty bitty little mistake, like your paintbrush doesn't touch a certain area, it's glaring at you the whole freaking time. I found that out on some of my, like my knights, for my Imperial Knights. Like the Armiger, I believe. But still, I had some success with one, and that's because I think it was under, and it was just simple green and soaking. He got one soak for 12, one soak for 24, and another for like 48. So he was in there for a while. So I don't think 24 hours is a good basis for simple green and miniatures. Seriously, it all takes a little container, I use plastic Tupperware, simple green, dump your miniature in, walk away. Just walk away. If you've got kids or animals or anything, I highly suggest putting a lid on the dang thing. Every so often, come by and vent it out a little bit, so any of the fumes or whatever. I mean, I can tell you when I was using Easy Off Oven Cleaner, fumes, oh god, yeah. You were getting a contact guy stripping miniatures with Easy Off Oven Cleaner. But we are at the best part of the video for me. Seriously, we really, really, truly are. I want to know your questions, comments, love, hatred, anger, all that fun stuff right down below. Have you tried stripping with simple green before? What do you suggest? Do you suggest the longer soak? Do you suggest simple green and isopropyl alcohol afterwards? What do you suggest? I really would like some more feedback on this so I can maybe even do a future video and go, hey, credit whoever said it, you were right. This works so much better. Like I said, do you even think about repainting older miniatures, or you just go, oh well, that was my first guys, they look like crap, but look where I've gotten. Big part for me for stripping them is I'm trying to get away from the sandy bases. I want it more uniform now that I'm using more texture paint and everything else. I found out better ways to do snow and better ways to do things. But still, like I said, please leave that down below. Now, if I made you laugh, made you cringe, made you cry, made you do any of that while filming this video, and I'm pretty sure that it did, please hit that thumbs up. Only going to give you good karma, help you roll natural sixes. Why? You put out good, you get good back, right? You never know. That could be that day where your leader needs to live, and you're like, hey, I'd like to cross the tabletops video. Let's roll. Sixes! 8 of them! Yeah! Seriously, put that to the test. Hit some thumbs up. Go game. Let me know how that's working for you. I'd love some feedback on my theory. But there we go, guys. My quick, weird vlogish, if you want to call it, about stripping miniatures with simple green. I want to thank you for watching this one. Hope you're having a good one today. A great one today. A safe one today. And hopefully, one day, Emperor willing, we'll be rolling dice across the tabletop.